Amit, we had to interrupt you because we were getting that soundbite live from the Enforcement Directorate's lawyer, S.V. Raju. Continue to tell us what the Aam Aadmi Party's strategy is going to be for the next couple of days. Today they also had a, satyagraha on water. So there were many things happening today, and suddenly that bail came out of the blue yesterday. Many people were completely surprised by bail being granted, by the Rouse Avenue Court lawyer. So what happens over the next 2-3 days politically from the AAP side?
Shav, they are definitely going to stay nervous as far as the High Court reserving this order is concerned, because so far there has been a trend that whenever the orders have been reserved in this manner and fashion, things have not been really bright for Aam Aadmi Party, as far as the legal battles are concerned. So they will remain on their toes, nervous about this entire situation, but they'll hope that things turn in their favor. And obviously, whenever they had hoped for, they had least hope, the courts have given them a sort of relief, whether it be the interim relief that was given to Arvind Kejriwal or Sanjay Singh's regular bail that was given in this particular case as well.
Yeah.
Now, strategically, yes, they will be wait and watch stance as far as this bail thing is concerned. On the other side, Pani Satyagraha, water Satyagraha will remain their focused area of battle for now. Back to you.
Okay, so the Pani Satyagraha being led by Minister Atishi in Delhi is obviously going to continue, but the plans for a big welcome for Arvind Kejriwal outside Tihar jail and at his residence, etc., that's going to have to be put off just for the next couple of days. But legally speaking, it's the weekend now. Next 2-3 days is when the Delhi High Court will reconvene, to deliver its decision on this bail. Nalini, what happens in the interim? Does anything happen procedurally in the interim at all?
Well, Shiv, for the coming 2-3 days, we can't expect any big developments to happen because the final order from the Delhi High Court is still expected to be out. But at the same time, we saw how the ED had in fact moved the High Court even without having the copy of the trial court order in their hand. So I'm not going to rule anything out when it comes to this case. What remains to be seen as to whether or not Arvind Kejriwal will actually walk out of jail. Of course, there are a plethora of legal options that are available, not just with the Enforcement Directorate, but also Arvind Kejriwal's legal team. I mean, just this interim stay that has been granted by the High Court, even that much it is possible that Arvind Kejriwal's team might rush to Supreme Court trying to get that vacated, stating that when the trial court has already granted bail, it makes no sense to continue keeping him behind jail. But all of that is speculation at this point. But from what I have learned when it comes to covering the Delhi excise policy case is that never say never. The Kejriwal bail order came as a surprise. The manner in which ED with the alacrity moved the Delhi High Court came as a surprise. So there are several more surprises in store, I'm sure about that. But what's interesting to watch out for is whether or not the High Court will actually reverse an order that is granted, like I was saying, not just a common man, but a sitting Chief Minister of Delhi liberty to be out on bail. Considering that's an issue about individual liberty, the court will have to give some very cogent reasons to reverse an order that has granted liberty to a particular person during the time when the trial has not even begun in this case. A very important thing that the High Court will be looking at is the kind of evidence that ED has against Arvind Kejriwal, because the trial court has concluded that there is not sufficient evidence against Kejriwal. In fact, the trial court has gone to the extent of saying that ED is making claims about receiving 100 crores as kickbacks, but only 40 crores of that has even been traced by the ED. A large portion, 60% of which the money trail has not even been established. So under these circumstances, how can the ED even call Arvind Kejriwal the kingpin? The second question that arises is that if the case against Arvind Kejriwal crumbles, then what impact will that have on the larger Delhi excise policy case? Because by ED's own admission, Arvind Kejriwal was supposedly the kingpin of the entire excise policy case. So if his innocence is proven before the court, because that's what PMLA requires, at this stage of bail, the burden of proof is on the accused to prove his innocence. Only then can bail be granted to him, which he seems to have done before the trial court, because that's why the bail was granted to him. So if innocence itself is proven, what larger ramifications will that have on the Delhi excise policy case, whether or not that will impact other people's cases, similar to Manish Sisodia and others who still continue to languish in jail, is something that we have to watch out for.
Absolutely, and I do want to talk about comparisons with the Manish Sisodia case as well in just a moment. But quickly want to play out for you some reactions from the Aam Aadmi Party itself. This was Sunita Kejriwal and others about what they said about attempts by the ED to get a stay on the trial court's bail order. This was before what just happened in the Delhi High Court. Listen.
अभी कल ही आपके मुख्यमंत्री को बेल मिली. अभी सुबह ऑर्डर अपलोड होना था, ऑर्डर अपलोड नहीं हुआ और ईडी हाई कोर्ट पहुंच गई ऑर्डर को स्टे करवाने के लिए. इतना ये तो ऐसे हो गया एज इफ अरविंद केजरीवाल इज द मोस्ट वांटेड टेररिस्ट ऑफ इंडिया. देश में तानाशाही इतनी हद पार कर रही है कि ईडी किसी को लिबर्टी भी नहीं देने के, मुख्यमंत्री के अगेंस्ट वो स्टे के लिए चली जाती है. अभी हाई कोर्ट में फैसला आना बाकी है. आशा करते हैं कि हाई कोर्ट.
Amit Malviya of the BJP is with us live on our coverage. Amit, your reactions to this interim stay that the Delhi High Court has put on the bail granted to Arvind Kejriwal by a trial court yesterday?
The Delhi High Court's stay on the bail provided by the trial court is a welcome step. If you read the judgment of the trial court, it very clearly says that the judge did not find the time to go through the voluminous document presented to her by the investigating agencies. Therefore, one is not quite sure what was the tearing hurry to grant bail to Arvind Kejriwal, but it seems that all facts and details were not pursued. It is without doubt that Arvind Kejriwal is the kingpin of the Delhi liquor excise scam. He was the chief minister who presided over the cabinet which formulated this policy. Therefore, he had a very active role in this entire process. There are several leads that suggest that money was exchanged. There is financial trail that has been established. A lot of money exchanged hands was also used for election funding. Now, given all of this and the fact that Arvind Kejriwal is not just the supremo of the government, but also the chief of the Aam Aadmi Party, his role is a defining one. And unless he remains in Tihar, he would be in a position to influence the investigation, to influence the evidences in this particular case. And therefore, the agencies have rightly sought stay on any bail granted to him. I'm sure the Delhi High Court will pursue the documents presented to them by the agencies and ensure that Arvind Kejriwal is not out so that he influences the proceedings.
All right, Amit Malviya, thanks very much for speaking to India today. We've got a live reaction coming in from the legal team head of the Aam Aadmi Party.
होने के बाद, क्योंकि बहुत लंबी आर्गुमेंट, मेन ईडी की ऑब्जेक्शन ये थी कि नीचे ईडी स्पेशल कोर्ट ने उनको पूरी तरीके से नहीं सुना. तो ऑनरेबल हाई कोर्ट ने पूरी डिटेल में आर्गुमेंट ईडी की सुनने के बाद हमारी आर्गुमेंट भी डॉक्टर अभिषेक मनु सिंघवी जी और विक्रम चौधरी जी के माध्यम से हमारी आर्गुमेंट भी कोर्ट ने सुनी और कोर्ट ने ऑर्डर रिजर्व कर दिया है और ये कहा है कि कोई रिटर्न सबमिशन अगर किसी ने देनी है तो विद इन 2 days वो सबमिशन दे दें और बाई मंडे या ट्यूसडे तक वो स्टे एप्लीकेशन पे स्टे इस ऑर्डर को स्टे किया जाए कि नहीं किया जाए, इस पे कोर्ट बाई मंडे या ट्यूसडे तक कोई ना कोई फैसला.
अदालत ने जो चीजें कंसीडर करनी चाहिए थी वो कंसीडर नहीं की और जिन चीजों को कंसीडर नहीं किया जाना था उनको कंसीडर किया और यही कारण था कि जमानत दी गई निचली अदालत से.
नहीं, देखिए उनके आर्गुमेंट में ये सब चीजें जरूर उन्होंने रखी हैं, लेकिन कहीं पर भी इस तरह की कोई भी बात कोर्ट के सामने इम्प्रेसिव तरीके से ईडी अपनी यहाँ पर भी नहीं रख पाई. ईडी ने कोई ऐसी एप्रीहेंशन नहीं जताई कि ऑनरेबल चीफ मिनिस्टर अगर बाहर आते हैं तो ऐसी क्या उनके केस पे इसका प्रभाव पड़ेगा. कुल मिला के उनकी आर्गुमेंट एक ही लाइन पे थी कि उनको पूरी तरीके से नहीं सुना गया और जो जजमेंट आया, ऑर्डर आया है, उस ऑर्डर के अकॉर्डिंगली उनको ये लगता है कि भी एक बार इनकी दोबारा हाईकोर्ट में सुनवाई होनी चाहिए।
नसियार जी, कोर्ट में ये कहा गया ईडी की तरफ से कि जो ट्रायल कोर्ट है उसने अपने ऑर्डर में नोट किया कि उसने जो बल्कि मटेरियल एनफोर्समेंट डायरेक्टरेट की तरफ से दिया गया, जो एविडेंस वो दिया गया, वो कंसीडर ना करके एक डायरेक्ट फाइंडिंग पे आ गया कि जो है कोई एविडेंस मिस्टर केजरीवाल के खिलाफ नहीं है। किस तरीके से आप इस सबमिशन को देखते हैं और क्या इस बात में कितनी सच्चाई है?
देखिए, ये ऑनरेबल ईडी कोर्ट ने बेल पे तय करना था। बेल एप्लीकेशन पे जब भी कोई डिसीजन होता है तो उसमें डेफिनेटली जो उस टाइम पे दोनों पार्टीज की तरफ से अवेलेबल मटेरियल होता है उसको कंसीडर करते हुए बेल दी जाए कि नहीं दी जाए। ये कोई फाइनल वर्डिक्ट नहीं है, कोई फाइनल जजमेंट नहीं है कि भी ईडी का केस कोई डिसाइड ऑनरेबल ईडी कोर्ट ने किया है। सिर्फ बेल पे डिसीजन आया है और बेल का जो ऑर्डर है, इस ऑर्डर में क्योंकि वो कॉम्पिटेंट कोर्ट थी, वो कॉम्पिटेंट कोर्ट होने की वजह से उस जजमेंट पे ऐसी कोई ईडी ने अपनी सबमिशन कोर्ट के सामने नहीं रखी है।
45 के रिगर्स को कंसीडर करते टाइम मटेरियल कंसीडर नहीं करते,
वो सब कंसीडर किया हुआ है। डिटेल में हमारी तरफ से वो ऑर्डर पैरावाइज करीब 26 पेजेस का ऑर्डर है, कोई 1-2 पेज का ऑर्डर नहीं है। तो 26 पेज के ऑर्डर के अंदर लगभग 20 पेजेस के अंदर दोनों तरफ की जो भी सबमिशन और मटेरियल था उसका जिक्र उस जजमेंट के अंदर है।